Wyoming Rider. Hello guys and gals, Wyoming Rider here. Today we'll be unboxing and reviewing the TAMOBYKE V20. And I won't bore you with a lot of unboxing here, but I just want to quickly get this thing out of the box before the rain comes. And I'm a little concerned with this one little hole here. I think it'll be fine, but yeah, I do want to hurry up and get it out of there just to make sure there's no damage. That's the only one spot I've seen on it, so I think it's probably fine. There's nothing right there. So without further ado, let's get it out of the box. Just want to quickly show you what it looks like when you open the box. Looks like it's packaged really well, so probably won't be any damage. Alright, first of all, we'll start here. Using nice 20 by 4 inch tires. They do believe these are branded Compass. And 30 TPI wire bead. Yeah, they kind of got a knobby tread on them, but not too thick a knobby tread. So. And next we'll take a look at the brakes here. It's got 160 millimeter rotors, and there are mechanical brakes in front and rear, and here's what the brake levers look like. Alright, and next let's talk about the fenders here. These are plastic fenders. I don't like plastic fenders because they tend to be a little quieter than the metal ones. They don't get bent up too easy. And of course we have a nice kickstand there, metal pedals. And we do have full suspension. We got this nice front suspension forks. They do not have any adjustments, but we'll try those out and see how they are. And in the rear we got this little coil shock here. Alright, next let's talk about the battery. This here is, they listed on the site as the 48 volt 15.6 amp hour, but when I took mine off, and actually I can show you here, put this down, that is not exactly what I received. What I received was actually better, so definitely not going to complain there. To get this battery off, you put that key in and turn it and unlock it. It should just slide forward, just like that. But as you can see here, this is a 48 volt, 18.2 amp hour battery, so not bad, especially for the price of this bike. I'll get to that in a minute. Not bad at all. We're going to put that back on and lock her back down. Really simple and easy. And this is a steel frame. So, and I think this bike weighs about 83 pounds, I do believe. So yeah, it's nice and solid. Very nice front headlight. And here's your tail light. And I'll show you these up close at night because yeah, it does have a brake light and blinkers in the rear. Does not have blinkers in the front, but has them in the rear. So that's pretty cool. Nice beefy derailleur guard there, and a Shimano derailleur. A moderate sized chain ring here with double guards. It also has this additional chain guard on it. Very nice looking bike, and one of the greatest features I can tell you is this beautiful seat here. Beautiful big long seat. I love big squishy seats, and this has got a really big one. Alright, now let's move on up here to the cockpit. First of all, it does come with this phone holder. This is included. The mirror is not included. I put that on myself. But it has this big beautiful color display here, a half twist throttle, and your 7-speed Shimano shifter. So next we'll move over to the control panel. You got power here, plus and minus. You're going to hold this power button down a couple of seconds and the nice color display should come on. It's probably hard to see out here in the sunlight. I did leave the little packing protection thing on it for now. But yeah, it's a really nice display. And if you hit this plus, you notice you have 5 pass levels. Even has a pass 0, so that should give us no throttle. That's good. Yeah, beautiful display. But and also if you want to cycle through the stuff here, if you hit enter, it's set to odometer by default. And now you hit it once, it takes you to trip meter. Hit it again, it takes you to something that's I really love to see on bikes, and it's not on very many of them. And it actually gives you the voltage. I mean, this is exceptional for a budget bike like this. And if you hit it one more time, it even looks like it gives you the current. That is outstanding. And then we're back to the odometer. And of course, this switch up here is for your headlights, to turn it on. I don't know if you can see it, but the headlight looks like it's pretty bright, and it does have this little halo around it as well. Yep, and here's our tail light there. We'll turn the turn signal on. I don't know how well we'll be able to see it in daylight, but here's the turn signal. Like I said, another great feature to have on a budget bike. Alright, next is to show you the horn. Yeah, not too bad. But yeah, a beautiful bike though. And next, let's talk about the wheels here. It does have these nice spoke bag wheels on the front and rear. I don't know if you seen when I was doing the unboxing part there. It did have that hole in the side, and all that seemed to have done is put this little scratch here on the rear rim. So, man, amazing. So they did a really good job of packing it, because that's the only damage it received that I've seen so far. But other than that, come in immaculate shape. There is one little issue I'm going to point out now, and I want to add it into the video here. And that's located underneath the battery down there. Alright, one thing quick with this TAMOBYKE V20. I just got it assembled, and I was doing my testing to make sure everything worked before I tried to do my review and stuff. And I discovered that the pedal assist was not working. And some of you more experienced guys, I know why I have this camera right here, and probably can already see the problem as I do. First I looked at settings, those were all good, and of course the next thing I did was pull it back here in the house, and I looked underneath, and sure enough, that's loose. Pretty sure that's probably our cadence sensor right there. So yeah, if you get one of these and you have trouble with your pedal assist, yeah, check this little connector right here first. Alright, with that out of the way, the other thing I want to point out, it does have these nice BMX bars. I do love those. So overall, a beautiful bike. I mean, especially for the price. I think its current price right now is $699. And keep in mind that may change with the tariffs, but so far this is a very budget-friendly bike, and which is why it has mechanical brakes, because I mean, come on, it's $699. But amazingly, it gives you what I'm going to tell you next. This comes with a 1,000-watt motor. Yes, so this is a 1,000-watt, and I did reach out to the company and verify. Yeah, this is a 1,000-watt nominal, and it is 1,500-watt peak. But yeah, they're really giving you a lot for the price there, and especially with this nice seat. Matter of fact, let's put the tripod down here, and I'm going to sit on it, show you what it looks like on it. And I think the seat height is about 32 inches. So it's just about perfectly right for me at 5'10". Really, I'm probably should say I'm about 5'9.5", but gotta put that kickstand up, and you see I can pretty much barely standing on my toes there. This feels really good for me. This is just right. Perfect position of the handlebars, perfect position of the seat there. So very nice. And I'll show you the suspension. Seems to work pretty good. It makes a little bit noise in the front there. Not bad. Hey, like I said, $6.99. What do you expect? This seat is very comfortable for a bike, I can tell you that. I love this seat. Very nice. Alright, one other thing I want to show you here. Just come with some accessories. First you get this air pump here. And a nice box of goodies here, including the manual and this little quick guide. Kind of shows you how to go through your display settings, even though it shows P03 and 04, but you can't really get to those. Now the other cool stuff we got with it, we got this nice bag of tools. And some of these are some pretty nice tools, I must say. And you do get these optional foot pegs you can put on the back. Does come with a bike lock. And something that I've never gotten with a bike before, I think is really cool. They even give you a spare inner tube. Very awesome. That is an awesome job, TAMOBYKE. And also included in this toolkit, if I can find one, I'll show you. Also included in this toolkit, you do get some brake pads, some spare ones. Very cool. And you also get this little bracket where you can put a tag on there if you want. I chose not to put any of that on there, but hey, it's up to you. Nice to have a choice. Alright, so now we're going to take the V20 out and let's see what it can do. Alright, now we're almost to the speed test hill here. It is fairly windy today. Not near as bad as it was yesterday. I couldn't do this yesterday because it was like 50, 60 mile an hour gusts. So yeah, it just calmed down to 20 or 30 today, so not as bad. Alright, let's get down to our normal spot here and we'll let this car go by. Because I don't want it to interfere. This all the way up to 5. Don't look like there's anything coming, so here we go. Let's see how she climbs the hill. As usual, this is going to do throttle only. They said they did say this is a 1,000 watt motor and it peaks at 1,500, so yeah, let's see how it climbs. Doing well so far. And 17, 16. Up down to 13. 12.4. But now it should start picking back up. Yep, and it made it. That is just a single motor, so keep that in mind. And these motors can be geared different ways. Some are geared for more torque, some are geared for more speed, and some are just kind of in between. Said keep in mind that this is a $699 bike. Very budget friendly. I could say the build quality is really good for this price, that's for sure. The seat's really comfortable so far. Really digging the seat. Like it. Got a better seat than I've gotten on a lot more expensive bikes, that's for sure. So let's see how the ghost pedaling is. Yeah, it's pretty much losing it about right there. Completely. I say it starts to get really easy about 23. Ooh, and that wind is really blowing out here on this side. Almost to our speed test area. And I can tell you I'm probably not going to get much speed going this way because that wind is blowing hard toward me right now. Very strong headwind. Well, we'll try it. Let's try out this rough stuff here. Yeah, it did pretty good. It's pretty good where there's no loose gravel. Alright, we'll start at the mailboxes here. So we'll go this way and try it. Probably won't get great speed this way. Looks like we dropped one battery bar already. But there we go, all the way up and, well, it's in pass 3. Let's go up and pass 5. Throttle only. You said I don't expect it to get too great a speed going this direction. Yeah, this wind is really killing it. Almost 22. And I know I can do a lot more. It's just this wind's holding it back. It's kind of blowing from that direction. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get above 22 going this direction. That wind's just way too strong. Yeah, that's the only problem here in Wyoming. Sometimes this wind is crazy. It lasts for days or weeks. We'll go here and turn around and try to give it a few seconds to recover here. We'll try it back the other way. It should be better the other way. It's still going to be blowing from the side, but yep, now we're back up to just our 1 bar down. All right, let's do it again. Throttle only. And it looks like that speedometer is about 2 miles an hour off. Without being able to get to the other P settings, I can't really adjust the wheel size, so just keep that in mind. When it says 30, yeah, it's only like 27, so about 3 miles an hour off. And so far, yep, 27.1. I think that's going to be our top speed. Hey, but not bad for a $6.99 bike. I must say, I'm pretty impressed it goes that fast. That is pretty amazing. Now, if I had a bigger controller, I'm sure it'd go a lot faster. Because it does have the motor for it. Yep, there's that cruise control is working. Again, we're going to do our off-road test out here today since they got the other road all graded right now and full of loose gravel. I think this will be a good spot. I've taken some of the other ones out here before. Woo! Lots of big holes and bumps. Yeah, this is a much better place to do off-roading out here. Yeah, I'll have to start taking my bikes out here for this. Yeah, this is a true off-road test out here. Here, let's try to do it with some pedaling in there too. Ooh, what a big rut. Jeez, this is a big rut. Yeah, front end sounds a little clunky, but hey, it's handling it. Handling it quite well, actually. I must say the rear suspension, just to be a little coil shock, is actually doing quite well. Of course, it's got the help of that big squishy seat. It does help a lot. Hey, at least my bar end mirror didn't move any. It's doing really well. I love those bar end mirrors. They're cheap and they just work really good. Let's try to cut across here in this dirt. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bump it back on up into 5. Little pedaling up the hill. Oh yeah, that's a good question too. I'm gonna hold the throttle. Yeah, that's something to note too. The pass off between the throttle and the pedal assist is like a second delay. Not bad, but this is like a second. You can kind of see it here. I'll hold that throttle down, then I'll start the pedal, and as I let off, you'll see the speed kind of drops for just a second, then picks up again, which isn't bad because I've had some bikes that had like a 30-second delay, so that's actually not too bad. And those bikes are much more expensive than this one. Yeah, I'm still getting pretty good pedal resistance at 22 here going up this hill. Like I said, I think it stays to about probably 24, 25, something like that. So for the speed that it goes, I mean, that's not bad. It'll pretty much make it to the max speed it's going to go at my weight. We're going to stop at this point here. Let's see, how far have we went so far? We've only went 6 miles. We have, it says here that we've done a max of 27.8. That was probably downhill, but so not too bad. Looks like we're down 2 battery bars according to the battery meter. Let's look at the voltage though, because I forget this has actually got voltage on it. We're down to 51.2 volts. Our speedometer back up before we go anywhere, and I'm going to go ahead and I want to change this to that current setting. And I wish I could make the screen a little brighter out here. Let's see if I can, because I can see it fairly well if I cover it. If I kind of get between it and the sun here. And it looks like we covered another battery bar too. Let's see if our voltage went back up. No? Huh, interesting. Anyway, we're going to try the current here and let's see what it says. Yeah, it seems like it's getting about 20 amps. So that's probably the size of the controller in here, I would guess. This is probably about a 20 amp controller. Might be a little slightly bigger than that, but kind of going down a slight downhill here. Used to go a little more of a downhill, but this, yeah, seems to be maxing out at 27, only because of that wheel size is off. I think if we could correct the wheel size, we would get a little more out of it. I'm about to see if there's a way to do that. Anyway, this is the TAMOBYKE V20. They said this is one of a few different models they have, and this is the lower end. And this one right now, like I said, at the time of making this video, it is priced at $6.99, which I say is a good deal because, yeah, it does have mechanical brakes, but they seem to work pretty well. And I'll do a brake test here in a minute and show you. But yeah, they seem to work pretty well. Got a good headlight, and we'll test that out more at night. But yeah, overall, it's a great bike for the money. And I love that seat. I can tell you that is definitely my favorite thing on there is that seat. Just all these bikes had seats that comfortable. Some do, some don't. But man, especially for the price, that's crazy. Crazy good for that price. Alright, so let's get back on and I'll do a quick brake test for you. And I didn't bring my other camera with me, so we'll just have to do it on the bike here. Try to get where there ain't no gravel. Hey, it does good enough. It can lock them brakes up. Not bad for some mechanical brakes, I'm telling you. Not bad at all. Probably if it wouldn't have hit that little bit of mud right there, it would have stopped even quicker. Not bad at all. It's pretty impressive for mechanical brakes. Oh yeah, they were pretty darn good. Alright guys and gals, we're out here in the dark, of course, so we can test out the lights on the TAMOBYKE V20. First of all, I'll leave it off, so I want to show you the halo on the front headlight here. Which, man, that halo is really bright. That's pretty darn bright right there. Alright, let's go and flip our lights on. Yeah, looks like a pretty good bright headlight. I have to move it up slightly. Probably about there. Alright, let's take a look at the tail light here. I'm going to set my camera down back here and show you the brake light and the turn signals. That's what the brake light looks like. It gets a little brighter. Not the best, but that's okay. Let's see. Turn the turn signal on. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Turn it the other way. Whoop, there's the horn. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, not bad. There we go. Let's take a look at the front of the lights here. Yeah, that looks pretty darn bright. So, yeah, let's see what it looks like out on the road. Not completely dark yet, but it's close enough. I think this will work pretty well. Yeah, it looks really good, actually. It's nice and wide. Very good light. And this thing's got some pickup, huh? Yeah, this has got a great light. Man. Said not bad at all for a $6.99 bike. And keep in mind too, please check out my link in the description below if you want one of these, and use my coupon code because that will save you 10%. Which at the price of this bike, that saves you almost 70 bucks. So not bad at all. Get this already budget bike for 70 bucks less. This bike rides really good, and to me it's a really good size. Not too big, it's not too small. Comfortable seat. Turn signals. Yeah, pretty bright on the signs up there. Leave that turn signal on to see how it looks from a distance here. Yeah, you can see it. Not too bad, not the brightest. But like I said, you can't complain, especially for the price point. The fact that it has turn signals is fantastic. There we go. But yeah, there's what the lights look like. That headlight is excellent. The tail lights, it's good. It's not the best, not the brightest, but not bad. Headlight, definitely good. Alright, now I'll give you my final thoughts and conclusions. And if I didn't mention before, they did verify that this is a 1,000 watt nominal motor, and it peaks at 1,500 watts. So you know that. I mean, great bike for $6.99. Can't beat it. Wonderful bike, great seat. I mean, it looks great. Got an 18 amp hour battery. What else can I say? The brakes work good. Great little bike for the price. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share this video with others. And please check out my description below where I'm going to put a link to this wonderful bike along with a 10% coupon code. So please use that if you want one of these, and I'll see you in the next one.